All right. Welcome to White Glove Trucking, the channel dedicated to helping you use trucking as a vehicle to live your best life. My name is EJ Anderson, the congressional auditor turned long haul truck blogger, and also known as the happiest, kindest trucker on the road. So I'm here at the finale for my Spire series of videos. And so this series was about using the Spire framework invented by Mr. Tal Ben-Shahar, or Professor Tal Ben-Shahar, to create this whole being of well-being, and through doing that, increase your happiness. So the first 5 were spiritual, physical, intellectual, relational, and then emotional. And finally, I leveled it up and added the AF to it to make Spire AF. So Spire AF is Spire plus a financial aspect of well-being. Now, of all the aspects of well-being I've looked at for this series, financial well-being could probably arguably be the one that trucking does best. When you use trucking to quickly cut out your debt and level up your savings by getting rid of all those expenses that most people can't avoid. So we don't have to have a car note. We don't have to have a house payment because we're in the truck. And so most people, they never get to experience this type of savings, accelerated savings opportunity. And when you do this, you can quickly get to a state of financial stability that just opens up a whole new world to you as a truck driver. Because combining trucking with that greater financial well-being, it allows you to really enjoy the best that trucking has to offer, while also allowing you to sort of minimize any annoyances that come with it. So it's for me, that's a win-win, because when you reach that level of financial well-being, you can stop basing all your decisions just on money, and you can start focusing on what trucking can truly be. And for me, that was a lifestyle that I never thought I would see until after I retired. It's a life of independence, full of adventure, exploration, peace, and the freedom to be creative and express who I truly am. So now you can see how important financial well-being truly is in trucking. Let's look at basically like the different stages of how you would progress through different levels of financial well-being in trucking. Okay, level 1, you have a buffer for emergencies. Look, anybody who's trucked any length of time knows that the trucks break down. That's just part of the game. But when you got that emergency fund, you do not need to stress about that. And you can even potentially make the best of it. You could rest up. You could get a hotel. You can even make a little mini vacation out of it. That's like the first benefit you can have when you start to increase your financial well-being in trucking. Okay, now level 2. Now I like to call this FU money. Okay, so keeping it real, trucking has its share of annoyances, right? You got bosses, dispatchers, shippers, brokers. A lot of these interactions come with some frustration sometimes. But having that FU money means you do not have to tolerate any toxic energy. You can sort of stay above the fray and just maintain your peace. And then the next thing that happens when you have that FU money is you have the freedom to rest and drive at your best. That financial stability means you can drive at your optimal level. You're rested, you're driving safe, you're driving smart. You can take the time you need, not the time that you're forced into. And then here's another little one that people might not think about, but when you have that FU money, you have the freedom to choose your loads. You can pick up last minute loads and actually get paid more instead of just chasing loads because you're afraid you're going to wind up empty for the day. Trust me, there have been so many times where my nonchalance about whether or not I needed to take a load that day ended up helping me find a last second load that paid really, really well. All right, and that brings us to the final level, level 3, which I call Spire AF. That greater level of financial well-being, it really helps you to achieve all of those other levels of well-being, helping you to have the happiest life possible. So the first one, spiritual well-being. You have the time and the space to find your meaning and your purpose and then pursue it. Physical well-being. You've got the time to prioritize and really focus on your health. You can eat better and you can work out more. Intellectual well-being. You can slow down when you drive and you can focus on learning and thinking deeply when you drive. Relational well-being. This one's the biggest one. It's the most important one for your overall well-being and happiness. And here, you got the time to take time off the road to spend time with your loved ones, or take a little more time to interact with your road family. And lastly, emotional well-being. You're less rushed, you're less triggered, just more emotionally stable. Well, that's it, guys. To sum up, when you tie all this together, this is what it's all about. Being able to design your best trucking life. Financial well-being isn't about just stacking money just to have it. It's about using that money to build the trucking life that's exactly how you want it. For me, it's one that's peaceful, healthy, fun, and free. That's the ultimate benefit. And that's what it means to use trucking as the vehicle to live your best life. Thanks for watching.